Hello and welcome to this lesson. Today I want to show you how you can improve your bar chords in just 1 minute per day. Now a lot of guitarists make a big mistake. What they tend to do is avoid bar chords like the plague for so many months or years. Then one day they wake up and go, you know what, I'm going to learn bar chords today. Then they'll put loads of effort in and they'll realise bar chords are really tough. But what they should have done is spent a little bit of time getting prepared for bar chords earlier on. 1 minute a day can go a long way, and I want to show you that today. If you spend 1 minute a day, or maybe a little bit longer if you really want to, but 1 minute is all you need, you can start making progress with your bar chords today. You might think, how the heck can you do much progress, and make much progress in 1 minute a day? But you can, and the secret is just getting good foundations, okay? Now, if you practice, just do this with me for 1 minute. Pick any bar chord shape. I like to get students to work on the A minor shape. So if you don't know that shape, what you can do is play an A minor chord and then use your middle ring and pinky fingers to play that chord. Okay? And then you move that shape up to frets 6 and 7 and add the bar in. So what that means is now my index finger is on fret 5 of the A string. My ring finger is on fret 7 of the D string, my pinky is on fret 7 of the G string, and my middle finger is on fret 6 of the B string. My index finger is also barring the high E string of fret 5. Okay, so you can only make progress in 1 minute a day if you're actually doing one chord. You can't do loads of bar chords in just a minute, you haven't got enough time. Okay, so you've got that shape. I'll recap that again in a moment, but you got that shape. So what do you do with that for 1 minute a day? Well, basically, you just get into the shape, put your fingers in that position. You do not press. You don't press with any pressure at all. You just gently touch the strings, okay? So that's the first thing you do. Even if you just do that for a minute a day, every day for a few weeks, you'll start to see progress, okay? Because you're just touching the strings, and all you're doing now is building up a little bit of muscle memory, okay? You're getting familiar with the shape, and you're preparing yourself for in the future for when you want to really tackle bar chords and put a bit more effort in. Okay, but when you've done that for a little bit and you feel like you've got the shape comfortable, okay, you can start adding pressure on with a finger or multiple fingers. What I like students to do first of all is actually take the bar finger off and just get the non-bar fingers in the right position and the strings clear. So that's the second stage, where you just get those 3 notes clear. So that's ring finger, 7th fret D string, pinky 7th fret G string, middle 6th fret B string. And you just do that. You can spend a minute a day doing that, just adjusting, getting the fingers in the right position. Make sure you're on the tips of the fingers, okay? Make sure you're not rocked back. So if you need to relax your shoulder, move your elbow forward and around, just find that sweet spot where your fingers are just on their tips, but you're not all awkward and rigid, okay? Because this is the big mistake people do. They try and learn bar chords, and they get the shape, and it's like that, and it's like, I want to throw the guitar out the window, okay? So, you get something like that anyway. So you get on the tips, just get those 3 notes sounding good. And then you do that for a minute a day for a week or two. And then you just do something else, so only a minute, that's it, and you just carry on with the rest of your day after you've done this, play some songs, enjoy yourself, play for your riffs, and then do this, okay? And then the third stage is add the index finger on at 5th fret of the A string. Slowly, okay? So you bring it in slowly. If you bring it in fast, you might move all your other fingers. So you bring it in nice and slow, make sure you watch your other fingers, make sure they're not moving. Then you check those 4 notes. Okay? And if you can get that good, that's great. If not, you just go back a stage. It's okay to go back a stage. Believe it or not, even though you're not barring, what you've got there is the bar chord shape. You've got a movable chord shape. You don't actually need the high E string a lot of the time when you're playing bar chords, because a lot of the time when you're playing bar chords, you're strumming like that, okay? If you're picking, yes, do need that high E note. So the next stage then is to turn that index finger from a 1 finger chord into an actual bar. So it's barring across the strings. Okay? but try to get those other fingers in position first. Get them sounding good. Add the index. Then all you're doing is gradually moving that index. At the moment, the high E string is dead, but I'm just going to bring this index down a little bit at a time until it's clear, until I'm fretting the note. And yes, that's easy for me to do. You might find as soon as you add it on, all your other fingers go haywire and it just goes crazy, okay? So, you got those 4 stages. You have to build it up steadily. But if you do that for 1 minute a day, you can get good at bar chords in a few weeks, a few months, who knows? It depends where you're at, where you're playing right now. It depends how focused you are on this. It depends if you just want to do 1 minute or if you want to do 1 minute of this multiple times throughout the day. So you could have your 20-minute practice session, and then every 5 minutes you could do a minute on this. Breaking it up like that is good because it gives your fingers a bit of a break. Big mistake people do with bar chords, you know, there's another one, is they just play the shape, press hard and hold that shape for ages. They'll hear buzzing notes and they'll just press harder and harder. I like students, particularly beginners, to do 1 minute of bar chords because it stops you from doing that, okay? If you only do a minute, it forces you to do something else, and then you're not sitting there in this clamped position where you're squeezing the life out of it, because that just leads to bad habits and sore fingers. So, I hope that was helpful. You got 4 stages there, just to recap. You choose your 1 bar chord, okay? We choose the A minor chord. And you know, A minor, you've got the open A, 2nd fret D, 2nd fret G, 1st fret B, open high E. And you get good at that, okay? Then you bring that shape up. I've just moved it all up to fret 6 and fret 7. Just getting in that position so my fingers are comfortable. Then the next stage, I've added a little bit of pressure on so those 3 notes are clear. Then the next stage, I'm adding my index finger in to play fret 5 of the A string. And finally, I'm slowly moving my index finger down at this point where that knuckle is, where the 2nd knuckle is, just to touch that high E string and add a little bit of pressure. And I'm just spending a minute a day doing that. If I'm a beginner, that is, or if I've played for like years and I've struggled with bar chords, that's a really good systematic way to get good at bar chords without spending loads of time and without getting into bad habits. So it's a nice light-hearted way of attacking bar chords. So 1 minute a day, that's all you need. I hope that was helpful. If it was, please leave a comment below. You can get the tab below for this little video as well, showing you the 4 stages, you know, visually, if that helps, okay, and where your fingers should be. So leave a comment below. Don't forget to tell your friends all about it if they're learning bar chords and they're struggling. And just enjoy the journey, because it's hard journey, but it doesn't have to be, you know. Most people make it harder than they should do, mainly because there's a lot of bad advice out there on the internet with a lot of stuff where, you know, good technique just isn't taught. Unless you're taught by a classical guitarist, good technique is rarely taught, and loads and loads of students have bad habits, okay? So this is one way of avoiding the bad habits while making progress and having more fun, and that's what it's all about, because guitar playing should be fun. All right, I hope you enjoyed that. Go to fingerstyle101.com/free for more help and advice from me. There's 2 really cool ebooks there, 1 on songs and 1 on technique. I'm Dan Thorpe. I want to say thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your time and enjoy, okay? Cheers, bye-bye.